So let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, we can see that I have a new process simulation file in ASPEN HYSYS. It is in the left side of my screen. And at the right side, I have the DWSIM opened. And to start a process simulation in ASPEN HYSYS, you already know that, but let's do it together. I can add components, and I have the option to add the components from the database of the ASPEN HYSYS, or I can change the database, use the ASPEN properties database. Sometimes, depending on the kind of the component, you will find in the ASPEN properties, but not in the ASPEN HYSYS. So it is especially useful when we are working with the with some gasification, some not so common compounds or components. So let's do the basic, and the basic is click on add. And here in the ASPEN HYSYS, to add the components, what I need to do is what I can do is type the name. So once it appears, I click on add, and we have benzene and toluene. So it is the way that we add components to ASPEN HYSYS. I will not proceed right now. Let's see now how to do that in the DWSIM. So I will create a new process modeling. He says as process modeling. So when I click on that, he gives me the option to follow the configuration wizard. I will use that, and let's click on next. And now I have the list of compounds or list of components of my DWSIM simulation. I will do the same, so I type benzene. And instead of clicking on that to add to a component list, I need to check the squared related to the component. So I have the benzene and I have the toluene. So I checked both of them, and it was added to my component list. I will click on next in the DWSIM, and now we need to select the property package. And the same to the ASPEN HYSYS, so I completed the task of adding components to my list, and you can see that the folder is light blue with a check, and now I need to add a fluid package. It is with a cycle half red. So I click on fluid package, and I will add a fluid package. And now it's one of the differences that we'll find here in between the DWSIM and also the ASPEN HYSYS. As I told you in the presentation, the author considered as equations, or the author used for developing the problem the Antanois equation and also the Raoult's law. And here in the ASPEN HYSYS, I have the Antanois, but I cannot see the Raoult's law. So I will choose the Antanois or Antônio. Here in Brazil, we should say Antônio, but it's I think it's a French name, so there is a correct way to do that, and I don't know how to do that. And here in the DWSIM, we have the Raoult law. So I highlight that, and I click on add. So it is already added to my process simulation. I can click on next, but before doing that, let me show you. Let's suppose that you are not so familiar on which process property package you should use in a process simulation. In the ASPEN HYSYS, the option that you have is to click on Methods Assistant, and it opens a screen where you can look for the more about the property package according to the industrial or according to the process. So it seems we have benzene, we have toluene. Let's consider that it is oil and gas processing. So we have a list of fluid package that should be used in the process simulation. And if you click on the fluid package, there is a very detailed description. What are the ranges to be used and what are the recommendations to be used. And the DWSIM has something similar. You will have two options here to know more about the proper package. So if I click on the first link, the DWSIM will open your internet browser and will address you to a link with proper package selection. So there is also description. So non-polar gases at low pressure below 10 atm use the Rohout law appropriate package. It assumes that both phase gas leaks are ideal. And we have other description here. So for this, at the first site, the Rohout law fits what are the description of the DWSIM, DWSIM. And there are another option here in the DWSIM. It opens another browse page, and you can see here the properties and correlations profile. So the Peng-Hobson is equation of state, and there are some considerations here. And we have Rohout's law. So it is for ideal conditions, and you can verify that. So it's the way that the both softwares has to support you in the selection of the fluid package. And at the first time that you are doing a process simulation, you just need to make sure that you are using a proper package that is suitable for the components. But don't worry about the accuracy too much at the first site. When we are working in companies, for instance, I work for a long time to Praxair, and the Praxair had a specific fluid package for cryogenic air separation. So I didn't use any fluid package that was standard in DWSIM. On that time, they were using DWSIM that is very similar to ASPEN HYSYS. So when we start your work, most probably we will have a set of fluid package. If it is specific, you will have from the company. If it's not specific, you can use the process simulation softwares to help you with that. So that's done. Let's go to the next in the DWSIM.